Read on Reddit.
My friend is allergic to everything. Dern mate H. This actually has been done with me and I was allergic to everything. A couple of points to note. 1. Not all tests test for all possible things. Most foods are left out from my experience and probably others, but just general allergens. Cats, dogs, pollen, dust, mold, etc. 2. From my personal experience, even if you have a reaction, you're not usually getting most allergens breaking into your skin. I believe some allergies hibernate and don't always show up. Never had an issue with a dog, but I was positive for dog allergies. I also have always struggled with cats but decided to get one and have no issues with him. 3. Despite being positive for all I was tested for, my allergies aren't anywhere near as bad as most of my friends that struggle for. It's also entirely possibly my allergist who did the test sucks, as we have no clue what was actually being poked into our skin. This is all from my personal experience and I'm sure others have had wildly different experiences. 1Q3R57H. I am allergic to cat hair. Now I own a cat. You can desensitize yourself to allergens if you expose yourself to them in small amounts, i.e. I gave my cat a lion haircut so very little of his fur remained. Over time the itchiness, red skin, eye irritation, all went away completely. If so 10H. Don't worry, there was only syphilis on the test needles. Wheezam I 7H. Don't worry, we only use the same swab for every test. Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Ineffective detective 6H. Consistency is key. Okay, hand with medium light skin tone. Crabburger 9H. I had this same thing happen to me. Turns out I was allergic to the latex gloves the nurse had on. Edit. For those asking, this happened mid-late 90s. I was 6'7". It wasn't at a hospital, just a small clinic in NZ. The entire test area inflamed, not just in the grid. They knew straight away that it was the latex. Perceived slight 7H. My sister has a latex allergy. Gloves, band-aids, balloons, underwear elastics, bananas, mushrooms, avocados, mangoes, peppers. Edit. You know when you pick a dandelion and that sticky white stuff oozes from the stem? That's naturally occurring latex. Yes, it's in foods. I'm also a sister. I get it. You all want a raw dog. My 37-year-old, morbidly obese, chain-smoking sister. Careful though, I hear she's a biter. Awful at internet 7H. So do I. The majority of condoms, brushes, nail clippers, video game controllers, dog leashes, bike handles, phone cases, phone charging cables, remote controls, children's toys, adult toys, almost anything to do with Halloween costumes, makeup, paints, power tools, and pretty much any outdoor tools, machines like shovels, snowblowers and lawnmowers. The list is practically endless. It's possible to get by with a latex allergy. It's just annoying and often involves intentionally destroying newly bought products. I recently bought a round brush, for example. I had to cut away the grip on the handle, leaving the bare plastic core. The most frustrating part is when it's not labeled as natural latex, which it seldom is. Perceived slight 6H. My sister once zipped up a plastic packet of fish food that had a rubberized seal and rubbed her eye and her eye swelled shut. She got chicken fingers and fries at my wedding reception by special request. No mystery there. Bat soup and dumplings 6H. Do you also have a banana allergy? Sexxxy Wesky 7H. Oh damn. The Richard Cranium 9H. That's exactly how mine looked after. Only thing I did not react to was a cockroach. Wheezing intensifies. Doc Morningstar 9H. Mine was dog dander. The pollens actually clumped together, the welts were so large. Dewseed 7H. This is how my sister found out she was allergic to grass lemon. Anadler 8H. Excuse me, a cockroach. Polymathy 19H. Kinda looks like mine. Corn, peanuts, sesame, navy beans, eggs, Brazil nuts, every kind of grass, alfalfa, many trees, most weeds, etc. And celiac, which isn't an allergy, but still makes eating very hard. Animaria papagala 8H. So you should really stay inside. Polymathy 18H. I get allergy shots, but I also wear an N99 filter mask about a month every year. Pollen gets insanely high near me. Wifflebatman 10H. My guess would be that the test was contaminated. Edit. Many people are telling me that you can, in fact, be allergic to everything. You learn something every day. Felina 10H. Yeah, they should probably do a second test. Being allergic to literally everything on the test list seems kind of out there. Mori May 9H. Could be something similar to dermatographia. I have it and at least for me needles seem to really trigger it. I am a Jedi Master 8H. I think based in the redness, he is allergic to getting stabbed by needles. Doc Morningstar 9H. Hey, it's me. My allergist made a joke that I was the first person to score a 99% on the allergy test. The only allergen that they tested for that I didn't react to was dog danger. The pollen section was so bad that the welts actually ran together. Kaij 948H. My experience. The first nurse came in and said oh man, then left right away. A second nurse comes in and says I'll go get DRH. DR comes in right after and said I'm very impressed with your results. I might get a medal if we cure you. Tested strongly positive to 43 of 46 tests. One was a control. The other two are feathers and cockroaches. Glowing feather 8H. I'm allergic to dog. Danger is my favorite excuse to stay away from someone's hellspawn chihuahua. Abra catastrophe 8H. I had the same issue recently. They said I was allergic to the glycerin in which the allergens were suspended. It's supposed to be neutral but a few of us react to it. Marxist 5H. Fun story. Several years ago, I had an anal fissure. While I was waiting to see if it was going to heal or need surgery, they insert fancy word for proctologist suggested I use some sort of topical painkiller suspended in glycerin for pain relief. It took me 3 or 4 times applying it before I realized I was allergic to the glycerin. The fiery pain my anus was in that day still makes me sweat when I think of it. Edit. Cyst to fissure. Crochet crazy 4H. Ages ago I was in the hospital because I lost a ton of weight and couldn't keep food down. One of the tests that they do for digestive issues is a colonoscopy. The day before you get this really awful colon blow, but because I would vomit it up, they had me drinking a ton. Eventually it kicked in and I was spewing like crazy. It reached a point where I was too weak to even get out of the hospital bed. After hours of being an anal fountain, my ass was literally chapped from all the wiping. The nurse offered this cream that is akin to diaper ointment. I was eager for relief so I let her slather it on. Then the fire began. I was horrific. She managed to clean it off but I was back to square one. Only now, with extra burn. She then offered me the sensitive version because a lot of people have issues with the regular FFS. Why even give out the regular version at all if it is such an issue? Just make the damn sensitive kind standard. At least I got to pay $65 for each tube that then got thrown out after the one use, so there's that. Mikiti Luke's 10H. Son of an itch. B-Star Bunny 7H. Yeah, that shit is unbearably itchy. I'm not allergic to everything like yeah boy, but the ones I reacted to were awful. Civilized Psycho 7H. My wife and I went for an allergy test cause she had an issue they thought was allergies, and I never had one done despite having terrible allergies my entire life. She didn't react to a single one of the XX number of things they poke you with. I reacted to damn near all of them and they injected me with a steroid to calm down the reaction. When they told me what I was allergic to, they didn't break it down to specifics. They said trees, weeds, dust, cats, and dogs. I'm not giving up my cats. Tony the Terrible 6H. Maybe keep your cats and not replace them ever. I grew up around cats and with a cat allergy, and by the time I was a teen and figured out my allergy, we just didn't replace our last cat when she passed. Zdoxy 410H. How? Random Reddit user 200 2010H. Doctors poke patients with needles that have various substances on them. Peanuts, tree nuts, red dye, etc., etc. If the skin raises, then that means you've had an allergic reaction to it. Zdoxy 410H. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Random Reddit user 200 2010H. LOL, I'm fine. Not allergic to anything. But my brother has a red dye 40 allergy and a coworker's son has a nut allergy, so I know all about the testing. My coworker's son had a cashew rub on his back and he broke out like crazy. The father broke into tears. Stu Tim 7H. Could be they're allergic to everything. Child be they're allergic to glycerin. With these types of allergy tests they put the allergen pollen, dog dander, etc. in glycerin, not sure why, probably to make it easier to apply to skin. Allergy to glycerin is very rare but will show as allergic to everything with these tests. I know because this happened to me. I'm not really allergic to everything. A lot of things, yes, just not everything. Turns out I'm one of the very rare ones that are allergic to glycerin. Ilenka 6H. But they do a control test with just the glycerin and no added allergen to account for that. The Saccard 6H. I have severe eczema, severe asthma and pretty bad allergies. I'm allergic to pretty much everything. On my patch test the only thing I wasn't allergic to was fish, which I'm not a fan of. LOL. Gamelsknitzel 9H. It itches just from looking at that shit. Bob Dobbs 5079H. How have you lived long enough to have hairy arms being allergic to everything? Ali Borland 5H. Not op. But I had allergy shots for 5 years as a kid, then I was good for about 15 years. The shots are supposed to cure you for life. Then I stay in a room where a cat used to hang out a lot. I thought I was going to die. I couldn't breathe. I had to get out of there after only 45 minutes. After that night all my allergies came back, not just cats, but also dogs, trees, weeds, grasses, mold, etc. I fucking hate that cat. Now I'm getting shots again, which is costing my thousands of dollars, but I was pretty close to just killing myself. I couldn't take the allergies anymore. I was, kind of still am, a prisoner in my own home. When it's all said and done, assuming things work, it's pretty questionable right now. I will have spent 13 years of my life getting allergy shots. I'm currently getting 3 shots every 2 weeks. I spent 2 years getting 3 shots weekly 3 years in, and I still need to ice my arms afterward to prevent excessive swelling, and they itch for a full week. Therinicus 4H doing drops here. Having started recently, my allergist said they're the same efficacy and she would personally opt for drops over shots. Maybe you can switch? Sumerian 4219H no test is fine, it's a defective human, see if he's allergic to bullets. Crumpus 88H start with a smaller caliber so he doesn't go into full-blown anaphylactic shock. Conradin 4H 2mm small enough? Conspiracy Toriat 7H bullets, my only weakness. How did you know? Tomboys have more fun 8H I was also allergic to everything. Sucked. Went into anaphylaxis and they pumped me full of steroids to keep me from dying. Good luck to your friend if they allergy treatments. It sucks ass but it was worth it. At least I don't have to survive with constant inhaler use anymore. Claritin 8H steroids doesn't stop anaphylaxis. That would be epinephrine. Hilberhampton 7H they do help suppress immune response though. Source. Used to have to take prednisone after my allergic reactions. Ravenstorm Blessed 5H they usually pump epinephrine, steroids and Benadryl after a bad allergic reaction. My child has severe allergies, been there done that, and tomorrow we have egg challenge. Ugh. Pagulhan 8H doc here. Positive tests don't mean you're allergic. Bottle Candor 6H this needs to be higher up. I'm not a doc, just have allergies. All the lumps are compared to the size of the first lump. I don't remember the name of it. It doesn't have any allergens but causes you to swell up and is included with every allergen prick. Beslan 4H I was told that these tests produce a lot of false positives because if you're allergic to one thing and react, it can cause your body to react to the subsequent things, even if no actual allergy is present. Not sure if that's bullshit or not, but it seems to make sense. Absurd Journey 2H not bullshit. I was prick tested 4 years ago for all nuts, peanuts, and shellfish. We've known about my severe peanut allergy for over a decade, but were seriously surprised and worried when over half the spots welted and indicated an allergic reaction when they hadn't previously. My specialist was concerned, obviously, and had me sent for blood work to get a more specific answer both to actual allergies and an estimated severity of them. Peanuts was the only actual allergy that showed up on the blood test, and he's seen similar instances of false positives before when the allergy is severe enough. Wateriswide 5H what's the gold standard for allergy testing? Clever username 123,446H then what is the point of the tests? Grammy 19,729H mine was like that, but I don't think as many, so they did a test on my back more space, and I reacted to them all. And then tell an 8-year-old to hold still even though I was having an itchy allergic reaction on my entire back. The Elder Dwarf 9H mine was pretty much the same, except they did mine on my back. The nurses doing the measurements asked if I could even go outside. LOL. The doctor looked at the results, looked at me, then looked back at the results and said you didn't really have any complaints. I replied that I'd been that way my entire life and was used to it. He then informed me that I was the most allergic person he'd ever seen face with tears of joy. I finally found something I excelled at. Loduca 169H need to try a different kit. Dirty Trickster 9H maybe they're just allergic to red ink. Anphanicrew 7H when I got tested years ago, the doctor told me I was basically allergic to the Midwest. Ohio 44558H redhead? Septic Elephant 8H from the looks of it, I think he's allergic to getting stabbed with needles. Wage Domain 8H my doctor has said the prick tests are wildly inaccurate and often you just react to being poked with a needle and they call it an allergy. Cratherine 8H if you have dermatographic urticaria then this is true, otherwise you shouldn't react that way to an allergy prick test. Plus, the test applicator is not a needle and doesn't actually go underneath the skin. Venerable Sasquatch 9H maybe he's allergic to a metal needle puncturing his skin? I've heard reports that these skin allergy tests are not the most reliable. Honestly, how often do you get substances injected into your skin? Hilberhampton 7H it's usually not injected. They put a drop of the test allergen on your skin and lightly scratch it with a metal point. Venerable Sasquatch 7H fair enough. Quantanium 6H I have a suspicion I'm allergic to shellfish. Could I put a shrimp on my arm and scratch it to see? Arczo 5H if you have a wound of some kind I guess it'd almost be like this test. Alternatively you could go on a week-long shellfish diet and see if you make it. Scobert 7H. I can't speak for the human test, but when we do these in dogs, we fully expect a reaction to each injection because you're introducing foreign material to the immune system. It's the ones that cause a disproportionately large reaction that are considered as significant, and even then you can't really say for sure it's something the dog is allergic to. The test is really just used to formulate what to put into allergy shots, which hopefully will help with itching by training the immune system to stop freaking out so much, but also may not do anything at all. Most people just choose to treat and hope for a response to meds rather than run skin allergy testing, and try it as kind of a last-ditch effort when nothing else has worked. Venerable Sasquatch 7H. Do they do a control to determine what the baseline reaction would be to being scratched by a needle? Move Destroyer 7H. When I have done it, yes. Smithishilian 7H. You can actually be allergic to surgical steel, not sure if that's what those needles are made of. Nefarious Serendipity 7H. I have allergic reaction to exercise and heat. I also have exercise-induced asthma. Bruh. I love playing tennis in the cold, and when I get home from the gym with my bike, my skin all over would be red, and if I try to scratch it, it's a dark chasm that is very hard to get out of. Donag 17H. By the looks of it, I'm allergic to being pricked with needles. Andy Dwyer. The Saccard 7H. Damn. I had a patch test 15 years ago that covered my whole back for 48 hours. I was allergic to everything except fish. I fucking hate fish too. Severe eczema and severe asthmatic. Queef Smillington 10H. Is he allergic to air too? Malika Kurth 56658 HIDK. It's not too weird. When I did my test, we did it twice to make sure, but I'm allergic to dust, pollen, mold, mildew, cats, dogs, grass, corn, certain soil, and more. I have asthma. Some people are just cursed with being allergic to like everything in nature. Ravin Rabbids 927H. Doctor, so what are you allergic to? This guy, yes. Hack for self 7H. 7 strong allergies, 13 weak ones. That definitely sucks. Is it mast cell? Studebacan 7H. Mine looked like that. I was allergic to the glycerin base that all of the allergens were in. Dank Capricorn 7H. Maybe they are allergic to the needle? Stonage 916H. Be a good friend and pee on it for him. Chicky P6H. I did the allergen test thing in college. I'm allergic to everything one eats, really, chicken, tomatoes, broccoli, all green veggies, all citrus fruits, etc., but I eat them all regularly. No worries. But walnuts? Half a walnut will kill me in 20 minutes. I have a genetic suicide plan there. Cashews, pistachios, pecans and almonds would take a little longer, maybe half an hour. Breiler 5H. I have so many allergies that whenever I get tested they have to use my back because my arm is too small upside down face. Venus Blue 5H. Same here. When I was tested years ago, I don't have any food allergies, thankfully, but I was allergic to everything they tested me for. Now I just say I'm allergic to the air. Wirual Think 5H. I think based on the redness I might be allergic to getting stabbed by needles. Halibra Hunter 5H. Recently found out I have cholinergic urticaria, meaning I'm allergic to my own fucking body heat. Xenomorph Gerald 5H. Found out he was allergic to needles. LOL. Farmfis 5H. 10% of women and 1% of men are allergic to the metal nickel, and nickel-containing stainless steel alloys, which a hypodermic needle may be made of. The consistency of each reaction makes me think something like this may be the answer. The California Op 4H. Wait, is this an allergic reaction to something or a scratch test to determine some things that cause her allergies? Wondering because of the uniformity of what's on her arm. Hope more and more allergies are cured in time to benefit her life. Johnny Sasaki 209H. So am I. My test looked similar, only the bumps were bigger. Crying face. Your friend is gonna have fun going to get shots every week for about 5 years. Bandit 779H. Time to start building the plastic bubble.
If you enjoyed this video, please smash the like button below and subscribe to my channel for future videos. Thanks for watching.